Cannes Lions 2018 Festival of Creativity, celebrating all the best in branded communications, but brands, at least consumer-facing ones, seem to be pretty quiet here at the festival. But one man that represents a very big set of brands is Keith Weed at Unilever. Keith, do you think that the brands just aren't here this year?
Oh, no, I think the brands are here. I think we have, as you know, less of the agencies here for different reasons. But no, I think it's still a big festival, lots of people here, and lots to talk about.
One big thing that you always like to talk about is raising the bar on creativity, but also the technology behind that. Where is your focus moving now?
Well, we are here in the Festival of Advertising focusing on creativity. So let me just start on that first. In an increasingly cluttered advertising market, the premium on creativity has never been so high. But there's a magic and a logic to advertising. So the magic bit, creativity, absolutely. The logic bit is, as you're saying, is the digital world, the digital supply chain. And the challenge that we've had there is over the years, and as you know, I've been talking about this for some years, we were talking about industry things, the 3 Vs, viewability, verification, and value. And the viewability standards, you want to see 100% of the pixels. Third-party verification, get the right value for the right target audience, brand safe, viewed by a human, all the things we've been pushing on. But what happened last year is this moved from being an industry issue to a societal issue, and we saw trust dropping, particularly in social media, with actually traditional journalists like yourselves going up in trust and social media going down. And that's an issue if you're building brands, and it's an issue if people start not trusting the very environment that we're advertising in and our brands are in. So back in February, I made 3 commitments around that we'll prioritise on responsible platforms. We'll prioritise the platforms that are positive around protecting children and not divisive, around responsible content, where we wanted to make sure that we had responsible content. First of all, starting off on unstereotyping and making sure that gender advertising was more representative of today and not using stereotypes. And in fact, we're having a meeting later on this week at an industry level on the Unstereotype Alliance with UN Women. And the last one was about responsible infrastructure. Working again with across the industry to ensure things like one measurement system across media. What I've just been announcing right now is in this wonderful new area of influencer marketing. Influencer marketing is a great new part of the industry. I can hardly believe it was only 2 years ago here in Cannes I was talking about this new area of influencer marketing. It's boomed in the last couple of years. But with any industry that grows so quickly, there are some unintended consequences that come as well. And one of them is about buying followers. Now, a lot of people pay influencers based on the number of followers they have. Of course, if the influencers bought followers, then they're not so engaged, and they're just literally making their numbers. And then the other side, of course, is the good old bots, and bots retweeting content or liking. And we need to get this out of the market. So we've made 3 commitments, one of which is we won't work with influencers who buy followers. We'll hold our own brands to the same standard, and we'll prioritise the platforms who are willing to work with us on greater transparency and greater measurement to make sure that this fast-growing market develops to be the market we all want it to be, and trust isn't undermined by the fact of fake followers or fraudulent use of bots.
How are you spotting that those numbers weren't right? What are the patterns that you were looking out for?
Well, of course, there are ways to see. If someone is building followership over time and then suddenly in 1 week they have 25,000 new followers, at least you'd have a conversation with them and how did that magically happen? Or if they are an influencer in one market, but they've got a huge chunk of followers in another market on the other side of the world, you wonder whether are they really engaging. Again, you ask the influencer to learn more. There are ways of spotting this. But I think as an industry, what we need to do is say this is an approach we're not willing to back. And I think some marketers, are, without knowing it, are getting duped. They're buying into influencers that have huge followings, and those followings might not be genuine, and that's deceptive.
You talk about the role of the influencer, but how within Unilever are you measuring it? Because you like to get what you pay for. You've said that many times before. How do you know you're getting value out of the influencer marketing?
Yes, I think it's a new market. We've got many different ways of measuring. The first thing to do is never measure on the simple thing of the amount of followers. That is not the way of measuring. It's really more on engagement, and this is why I think influence is an interesting new approach to marketing. Endorsement's been around forever. We used to have a Lux bar soap around the world was advertised as 9 out of 10 film stars use Lux. It's been around forever. But what this is about is something much more authentic and closer to the market. And it's engaging with people who stand for something, and it might be, if it's food critics and you've got a food product, or for instance for Tresemme with New York Fashion Week, we had 4 influencers producing content in a very relevant and authentic way. And then what we do is we measure the engagement from that. So it's not really, of course it is reach, it is about the number of people they're reaching, but what is really the valuable part about influencers is this engagement.
Hello, I'm James Wright. Thanks for watching Marketing Media Money. To check out more online videos, just click on the boxes and don't forget to subscribe to the CNBC Live channel at the bottom of the screen.